Alright, what's good with y'all? It's your boy Magnus Jones with the Keep the Play Alive podcast. We got Gavin up here with the Taco Bill. We got my boy Kobe right there, chilling as always.
Not eating anything.
And
Yeah,
we
y'all lame.
apologize for missing last week, but we had some issues going on. We still got some issues going on. We got some sickness going around, and it's just all around not a very good time. But we still showing up for y'all. We keeping that play alive, and hopefully y'all appreciate that, like we appreciate y'all tuning in. And to show us some support, we would appreciate it if you dropped a like, and if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. But for
Also,
this week, we got a chill little episode for y'all.
yeah.
What you was about to say, Kobe?
We're not gonna have a long episode today. Probably around 30, 45 minutes. Around there. I do encourage you guys to go ahead and drop comments and stuff. We really do appreciate your feedback. I noticed that we don't really get a lot of comments. I would really appreciate if you guys could drop a comment. Like if you're already into the video, just say a random word. Doesn't matter. Helps with the
Yeah,
algorithm.
don't be a stranger. Tell us what we need to do better, what we're doing good, or not even. Like you said, just say something.
Exactly.
Don't be a stranger.
Like Magnus said, we missed last week. We knew we couldn't miss another week because that would just set us off again. So
Gotta
today,
stay consistent, man.
yeah, Gavin,
Yeah, we're
Magnus not
trying our
feeling
best
too
around
good.
here.
Yeah.
So today we have it's this thing, hot takes or something like that. Some sort of card that Gavin has after he's done snacking on his burrito. Yeah,
Yeah.
that. So
Not a burrito, it's a taco.
Soft taco.
all right, well, Mr. Big Bag, do you want to explain how the game works for us?
So, so obviously we're not gonna go through all of them. Not in 45 minutes.
Hell no.
So I'm gonna draw a card out of this stack. I will shuffle them, actually. I'm gonna take like half the deck. I'm not gonna take the whole deck. So I'm gonna shuffle. And then I will choose a card. Let's say, for an example, this card. I am not reading that. This card. It says celebrities should be transparent about any plastic surgery they've had. So I would say the question. We would say if we agree or disagree, and then we'll have a conversation about it. But we're gonna try to keep the conversations to a minimal, mostly because these things we can talk for hours. Me and Magnus did it last night.
Mm-hmm.
We talked late over cards like this.
Yep.
So that's the aspect of the game. So whenever you guys are ready, I will start shuffling and I will pull a card.
I'm ready.
Yep. We ready whenever.
Sorry for the stuffy sound and nose I got going on, but not feeling too well.
Yeah, we all coming down with some sicknesses at the moment. But like I said, we're keeping that play alive. And for that, y'all need to drop us a like. Because who else coming to y'all when they still sick and still putting out content?
Okay,
Like, come
so number one, are you guys ready for this?
Yep.
Of
And I think
course.
this is a good one to start with. So, throwing up is better than having a fever.
Oh my God, I disagree 100%. I'm gonna go first. So I guess it was a bit of a food poisoning the other day. Not the other day, but it was a couple months ago. I called out of work and everything. I went to bed. Next thing I wake up around like 11. So I work third shift, so waking up that early is not good. So I went to the bathroom and I just immediately started throwing up. It was fucking nacho cheese Dorito tasting like. It was fucking terrible. So bad. And shout out my girlfriend Jamie for fucking taking care of me because oh my God, dude. It was like I would throw up and it would be like constant for like 3 minutes. I would go lay down. I would get the urge to go throw up again. And it was so bad. It was so fucking bad. At least when you have a fever, you're like either laying down, you're still miserable. You still feel miserable, but it's not as bad as just constantly throwing up. You're either
Yeah.
sleeping, you're just sitting there on your phone or whatever. You still feel like shit. But oh my god, no. Throwing up is probably one of the worst things I hate.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
I have not had that bad of an experience with, constantly throwing up. I've had times where like I'll, throw up everything that's in my stomach and then like try to drink some water and throw up the water.
Yeah,
So I've
oh.
had times like that. But to me, having a fever for me personally is just worse because I don't know. When I catch fevers, I be feeling like I'm fucking dying. Like I just be feeling like it's the end for you, boy. I be sweating and cold at the same time, and
Oh yeah.
it ain't pretty.
No, it's
So
not.
and I mean, I've had so much times where like I've thrown up in my life that for me, throwing up just ain't as bad because I feel like you recover from that a lot quicker, at least in my
Yeah.
personal
The
experience.
last time
It
I
kind of,
did, it took me out almost all day. And I will say this, the worst thing to do is probably to drink water after you throw up because you got that bile taste
yeah.
that goes down. It's ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck no,
But like,
man.
in a sense, like I get where both of you are coming from, and it's like, um, with throwing up, it could really be any reason. Like it's not saying like constant throw up, but a constant throw up, obviously I'd pick fever because like
Yeah.
Kobe said, you'd be able to actually sleep. But if it's like I threw up and that's that, I'd probably
Yeah,
pick throw
I
up
get that.
fever.
I was gonna say, like if it's just one case of like just throwing up once, then yeah, I would take
Yeah,
that. But like if
Yeah.
it's like food poisoning, which is pretty common,
yeah.
uh no, no.
But usually, if you think about it with throwing up, like you'll throw up, but it won't like it's rarely just a one-time throw up kind of
Mm-hmm.
deal. You usually have other stuff following it. But like I'm just saying in general, if it's not a constant throw up, then yeah, I'd pick fever.
Yeah.
But if it's a one-time thing, I'll pick probably throwing up.
Yeah, it's a very fucking gross one to start off with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna shuffle back. Let's try to get off that because now I feel like I got to throw up. Um, and I
I
have a
was
little bit of
feeling that
both.
way earlier.
I have a fever and I have a throw up coming. So I'll let you guys know next podcast how that goes.
Oh god.
Um, uh, that one's kind of eh. Um, some of these are kind of odd, but um, okay, yeah, we're not talking about that.
Mhm.
That one, if you wanted to know what it read, there's nothing that comes after death. So we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Some of them are just stupid, and some of them would take too long to talk about.
okay, so here's a good one. Um, Ice water tastes better than room temperature water for everybody
100%
that
agree.
wants to call it.
100%
Yes.
agree.
It
Room
depends.
temperature water tastes kind of flat.
It depends the situation. If I'm outside and I'm sweating a lot, I want ice cold water. But if I'm chilling, I'll drink room temperature all day.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
room temperature
Yeah.
water.
still for me, I'm more of a cold drink, cold water kind of guy. At work, I love whenever they like set the ice fridge to like little below freezing. So like,
Yeah,
whenever you like smack the water bottle, it starts crystallizing and freezing. Oh my god, it's heaven.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I love colder things. But it also depends because it's like if you're cold already and you drink even more colder stuff, like I just feel like that doesn't equivalent to. But it kind
Yeah.
of depends on like I said, the situation.
Yeah, if I'm just drinking like a regular water throughout the day, I'm probably gonna lean towards the colder water. But like if it's like, you know, in the middle of the night type shit or, whatever, and I'm just like got dry mouth, I'm probably leaning towards the room temperature water.
Or just
Yeah,
like whatever you can grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like I said, like it all really just goes down to like situation at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got three lined up. That's why I was trying to keep that conversation going because I don't want it to take any time away from our pod with searching for cards. But let's do this one first. For anybody that wants to see the card, dentists are over dramatic about flossing. So what do we think about that?
I would say honestly for that one, I would say yes and no because flossing is definitely important, but also like the way they be like getting in my teeth and shit, and like I guess the way that they floss is over
Yeah, they be
dramatic.
going hard with the
Yeah.
flossing.
Oh man,
They be making your fucking gums bleed with the flossing.
yeah, like
I'm not afraid to say it. Like I don't really floss,
Nah, I don't either.
and I feel pretty okay with where my teeth are in life.
mhm,
But I would if I feel like I could build that habit of flossing, I probably would want to build that habit of flossing
yeah,
because it use your teeth even more. But like you said about the whole dentist thing about how they do it, yeah, my mouth is bleeding when I
yeah,
Yeah, I just
man,
feel like it's not like super necessary. Like, I mean, it's obviously better to do it, I guess, but like, it's not really all that necessary. It's not
yeah, I
like you
don't
really
fuck.
like gain anything in particular in terms of like I think brushing and using mouthwash once or twice a day is sufficient.
yeah,
And if you have something caught in your teeth, that's what toothpicks are for.
yeah. Also, like I like to scrub my mouth whenever I brush my teeth too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I guess that's the
Yeah,
process of doing. I had got like one of those like fucking cheap ass
Tongue scrapers.
tongue scrapers off of Timu.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't like it, man. That shit makes me like gag. I prefer just
Yeah,
doing
it
it with a
feels weird.
toothbrush.
Mm-hmm.
okay. So that was a pretty good one. Um, let's go with this one. I think this would be a little funny. This ain't gonna be a really big discussion, but this is kind of funny. So AUNT is pronounced aunt or aunt.
Me, it's aunt.
Mm, I
I
mean,
feel like that comes down
I'll,
to it.
I'll say
It
aunt.
typically tends to be like I don't know. I feel like that tends to be a more South thing that people say aunt more, but I could be wrong.
I say aunt all the time. Like my aunt, my well, I don't even know any of my aunts to be completely honest. Like
I
I
used to
say
say ain't when I was a kid.
aunt.
I honestly like switch between both of them, like subconsciously. So
Yeah,
honestly, like maybe aunt, but I just switch between them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever comes to mind. But typically, I'm an aunt type of dude.
Yeah, I would lean more towards aunt.
I'm not really big on saying aunt. Like it just sounds weird coming off the tongue from
Yeah. I
but,
feel like every time you
but
say it, it's some dickhead in the group always gonna make that
yeah,
auntie. Like fuck you.
or fucking
If you that person,
yeah,
fuck you.
calling someone an ant just also feels weird because you're like, that's a fucking
Yeah,
insect. It's like,
yeah.
is it not? The English language is such a fucking weird thing, dude.
It really is.
I used to have an uncle that would make the stupidest like dad joke ever. Every time I said like an ant bit me, he'd be like, "How you know it wasn't an uncle?" Like, fuck you, bro.
That's actually a good one. I think I want to keep.
That's fucking stupid.
All right. So yeah, like I said, that was not really much of a talking funny one. Next one
Hmm.
I got for you guys. Netflix is better than Hulu.
Um,
Mm. I mean, they
I
change all the
disagree.
time.
I disagree. I rather
Hulu got the
Hulu.
animes and shit.
Yeah, Hulu got the animes, and Hulu got like the Family Guys, the South Parks.
Hmm.
That's what Hulu has. Netflix is good.
Netflix fell
WWE
off.
Netflix next year, can't wait. Then I'll probably say Netflix over Hulu because of WWE. But other
yeah.
than that, Hulu is where I'm at.
But honestly, man, like they whenever I'm trying to watch something on either, I just feel like I can't watch anything. Like there's shit that I can't watch. It's just I fucking I don't know, man. But like
Yeah.
honestly, if I can't really say that I do this and I don't condone this, but I definitely don't like look up anything online to watch it online instead of, like paying. I
Oh,
like
no way.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't do
no.
that shit. Like that shit is so lame, like, wink wink.
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
not. Like,
Anybody who ever does that needs to be punished for
yeah, like
pirating.
who
Yeah.
pirates, sporting events
Rest
or
rest in peace
Yeah, like,
streamies. I mean
like
rest in peace streamies.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, like meth
It's
streams
not like
should
they
not
got
be.
like 15,000 other ones.
All right, we need to stop snitching.
Yeah. All right. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
All right. This is a little odd one, but I think we all might have the same opinion, but maybe difference on this one. They should stop. Make. Oh, wait, hold on. I shouldn't have stopped whenever I said that to emphasize the word stop. They should stop making live action remakes of Disney animated movies.
Agreed.
I
Not
Yeah.
also agree with that to an extent because, well, no, because I've never had a good live action movie I've ever
I
seen.
mean,
So
like,
yeah, I
what
agree.
is the point of making the Lion King live action? It's more
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
enjoyable as a
that's
cartoon.
odd.
You're just spending more money to use CGI and all these effects and shit to make fucking talking animals or whatever it may be. And it's just like it's not necessary. You're fine making it a cartoon. Remember when people would animate fucking movies? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you remember how much better quality they were? Yeah, like
Hmm.
it's just it's a money grab. That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It's
All
like
it
everything
fucking
else.
is.
It's been corporatized.
I want to save this one for last because I feel like this one would be a good talk. That one would actually
Yeah,
be a
like one to end it off type shit.
yeah, that would be a genuinely good talk. Okay, let's do this one. Marriage proposals should not be done in public in front of a lot of people.
I agree.
I also agree with that. I
Yeah.
honestly thought that y'all was gonna have different opinions on that, but I also
Well,
agree
it's
because
traditional or something, or fucking whatever you see on the movies. It ain't none of those people's business. I don't want some random fucking lady. Oh, you proposing? Like, fuck
yeah,
Hmm.
you. Like, I
I
don't.
feel like it ruins it because like the way I am, I get very so like the way me and her are, it's like I proposed to her for in our apartment for Christmas. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like that was
It's a
more
more
special.
intimate moment
Yeah,
I feel that way because like people that do it in front of a lot of people, I feel like in a sense that they do it because they want the
for
attention.
attention.
hmm
That's really how I feel about it. But like some people, they just feel like, oh, they want to make it special. They want to do it in Times Square in front of all these people because that's a place where they would love to do it, and that's cool. You can do what you want to do.
yeah, of
But do
course.
I feel like it should be done in front of people? Not really.
No.
Yeah. Especially like what happens when, she says no and you just fumbled
Yeah,
in front of 8,000 people.
yeah, and that's really how I feel about it too. Because I'd feel bad if I did it and then I proposed to somebody and then they told me no, and now I'm just embarrassed. Like, what am I supposed to do after that?
Like, the shit they be doing at like this. I forgot which team it was. It was an NBA team. Some guy proposed, and his wife was like, no, or something like that. And it's like, oh my god, dude. I
I
would
couldn't
I would
Yeah.
imagine.
be I would be hypothetically jumping off the twin span that night.
I feel
Hypothetically.
like that's like setting her up to be like almost like pressuring her to say
That
yes.
too, that too.
Yeah.
Because like it should
Side
be
note,
hmm?
my bad. What you?
No, it's nothing.
I was gonna say side note. I just got the notification. The Saints, in fact, did lose today by 6 points. Um, that's very
Wow.
unfortunate. Um,
Oh well.
but apparently, San Francisco 49ers offense struggled. Maybe we can touch on preseason once preseason's over.
Yeah,
But as of right now, I just got the notification. I just saw it. That's why I wanted to. But but yeah. Um, Yeah, marriage proposals. I think we all feel the same way about the intimacy with that, which that's a good thing for all of us because we're all very personal people, anyways.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I wouldn't do it in public.
card number, I don't know. people should get a ticket for leaving shopping carts in a parking lot.
Um,
That's the point of buggy getters.
so I do actually have a good take on this. Well, I wouldn't say, it depends. So, yeah, Cartnark. You remember Cartnark? I think it's ridiculous as fuck to like leave carts and then just like fucking like leave them at the end of the store, shit like that. Like that's ridiculous. Like, yeah, I get it. They do have a job, and I did do that as a job. But also, why the fuck would I want to be walking across the entire fucking parking lot just to go get one buggy that's like at the end of the road? Like, that's just ridiculous. Now, if it's
Yeah, I
just
mean,
like
the way I
leaving
go
it,
about it, I always like, if I'm close, like if I park close to the place,
yeah,
I bring it back.
yeah,
I got the decency to bring it back. And if I parked far away, I put it in one of the designated fucking areas.
yeah.
Like,
Put it
you know,
in an empty, well, maybe not
just be
empty, but
decent. Don't
yeah,
like leave that shit in the middle of a parking space, because like
yeah.
I can't count the amount of times I've had to either skip over a parking space entirely or get out and fucking move a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
carts out the way. And it's
That's
like
how I feel about
that shit is stupid.
Yeah, for
It's like
sure.
you kind of can't really ticket people for that, but if you could, then yeah, to be honest.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say ticket, but like to have someone like the superhero like Cartnark to come put a fucking sticker on your, that's what you deserve. Like, yeah, see, this person's an asshole, but like, yeah, it's their job, but also making someone's job harder on them is not really part of their job. It's just being a
Yeah.
dick.
That's kind of how I feel about it. Mostly like how Mag said. Mostly like if like somebody hits my car with a buggy, leaving it there, push it to the side and his, or like I can't pull into one parking spot that's open because they got a buggy in the way, kind of thing. Yeah, that's annoying. But like I don't like ticket wise, yeah, it's kind of too far. But like
Yeah.
I feel like you should be told something, or you should be like, hey, like if you don't know how to be respectful, then don't come back.
Right.
That's
Some kind of warning system. And if you do it like over and over again, then, type shit.
yeah,
That would be very
definitely.
hard to enforce. That's why I say you can't really do it.
All right, that was a good card. That was a great talk, even though it was short. Which, like I said, the last one I really do feel like the one that I got in my hand, not this one, but the other one. I feel like we're gonna be talking about that one for a while.
Hmm.
But biting your nails makes you a cannibal.
Well, then I'm a cannibal because I have not trimmed my nails in years. I bite my nails so frequently. I can't count the amount of times that I've bled because I bite my nails too far. That is just a pure fucking anxiety thing.
Yeah.
My nails are always as far down as they could possibly go. Anytime I
Yeah,
get the slightest bit of nail, it's gone. And then after that, I'm biting the skin on the side of my fingers.
yes.
And I
Yep.
know I'm weird
Yep.
for that, but
Watch
Mine used to be really,
this
really
right.
bad.
This whole side of my nail is gone.
Yep.
Like the whole side of my finger.
yep.
And people look at that and they say it's so gross and shit. Oh, that's fucking nasty. Like, first of
Okay.
all, yeah, don't
That's
care.
that's
That's
it's like
stress.
stress.
That's anxiety. It just happens. Would you rather me be fucking like twitching or fucking like freaking out or smoking
Yeah.
crack? Like, what would like? What I'm doing
Yeah,
is my business. If anything, I'm
Yeah.
harming myself,
They my
not
hands,
you.
not yours.
Yeah, they're my hands, not yours. So like, fuck it. Why does it matter?
Speaking of which, I
exactly.
got a
That's
prime
why
candidate
Just
to
like we
get bit
said,
next right here.
a
you said
podcast.
Prime
Oh, sponsor us.
sponsored by Prime. I
I'm
had to.
sponsored by a caffeine-free Diet Coke.
But like we said a couple podcasts ago, like mind your own business. If people would mind their own business, world would be a better
Yeah.
place.
Yep. Talked
Matter of
about it on
fact,
my
Magnus
TikTok.
posted a TikTok. Yeah, go check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, go check out. If you're playing the game,
Magnus Jones.
yeah, if you're playing the game, go fucking just listen to us yap or listen to their music. Nice little plug in
We're
between the
dropping a new
pod.
song The link might be in the description. I don't know.
It will.
Yep. It came out right before the pod started.
I will
All
be
right.
linking that.
Let's do this one. I feel like we've been kind of on like a dating thing. Well, I say dating thing, but like this is more towards relationships. You should live with your partner before marriage.
Agreed.
I mean, maybe.
I agree mostly because I feel like you'll know somebody more when you live with them. I feel
Yeah.
like if you marry somebody and then live with them, and then you're like, man, I don't like the daily habits they do, or how they don't do this, or they don't do that, then it's kind of like you may fall out of love with said person if it's weird to live with them, or you can't live with them because of straight arguments every day. That's why I feel like at least be together for like a year, maybe 2 years,
Oh
then
yeah.
you move in
Yeah.
together, and then live together, and then feel it out, and then get married. Because once you feel it out, and then you're like, okay, this is somebody I can live with, and you fall in love with them more because you're living with. Got a freaking thumbs up again.
It says you're
Um,
spitting facts.
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get the confetti again. I had confetti one time. I don't know how I did that,
Yeah.
but yeah, I definitely do feel like you should, because I think it's an essential thing that every relationship should do before they do get married is live together, or at least have experience of being around each other for a very long
For a
period of
long
time.
period of time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Long,
That's
kind of
exactly.
consistent amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're at least
Yeah,
used to
because
each other.
if you can't enjoy somebody's living habits, then that's gonna make it a lot harder.
Agreed.
And I I think that for most people, that is definitely a rule that you should go by. But there's definitely cases where like
Exceptions, yeah.
if you can, be a decent person and like discuss things with your partner in a way of like if there is something that they do that you don't like in terms of like living habits, whether it's like they're messy, they don't clean up after themselves, or maybe they just don't do enough around the house, or whatever the case may be, discuss it in a respectful good manner with your partner, and more than likely you're gonna get that shit fixed.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, if they not willing to change, then that's not the right person anyway. But yeah, definitely for most people, that's what's gonna need to happen.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, there's conversations that need to be made, and you gotta you gotta talk about what you like, what you don't like, what you need to, get off your chest, and whatever works, whatever compromises you can make to make not only the relationship work, but just living together work
Yes,
Yeah.
and compromise is a very important word
in
in that
relationships.
sentence, because people, for all the youngins out there that's listening, let Uncle Mag put you on some game, all right? You ain't never, ever in your life gonna find the perfect relationship, all right? There will always, no matter what, be some kind of issues that arise. There will be some problems. There will be some bumps in the road. No matter how compatible you and another person are, no matter how much you feel like, you got the best girlfriend or boyfriend in the world, something will happen eventually that will create either an argument or some kind of conflict of interest between you and your partner. And what you need to do is you need to express your feelings, discuss, have clear communication with your partner, and come to a compromise. There's the thumbs up. We spitting facts. And yeah,
You just fire.
you have to come to compromises in relationships, because you will never ever find the most picture perfect relationship, because that shit don't exist. That shit's only in the movies.
Uncle Mag spitting.
Yes, Unc, as they say in unison.
All right. I guess you guys are ready to move on. Let's go with this one. I'd rather live in a tiny apartment in a great location than a huge house in a terrible location.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need much space and shit to live. I mean, as long as I have somewhere to sleep, as long as I have somewhere to fucking take a bath, take a shit, cook,
Hmm.
wash my clothes, fucking and chill and like play games or whatever, I'm fine. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, as long as I
I
got
agree.
4 walls and a roof, I'm
Yeah,
Gucci.
yeah. Which I mean, like, I'm not even a crazy person about having a big house anyway. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
more fucking
I like
space.
smaller places. I mean, I used to try to do the van life shit and all that, and I've just always liked trailers because,
Yeah,
I mean, when I was really, really young, I lived in a trailer, and for the most part, I grew up in a trailer. So I've always had an attachment to trailers. They just give me that at home feeling.
yeah,
And not these newfangled fucking modern house looking ass trailers. I'm talking about a 1990s, 1980s trailer.
yeah,
Like that
The
inland
real
Slim
shit.
Shady trailer.
The
yeah.
real shit.
It's not about living in trailers or vans anymore. It's about living in tiny homes. We've gentrified living in smaller houses because it's more cutesy and artsy and
I don't even know
Hmm.
trendy.
what the word "pod" means.
Just means made it more like accommodable to the average person.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
Okay.
like if you had some kind of like weird shit that only a couple of people did and then all of a sudden everybody's doing it, it got gentrified.
yeah.
Okay. All right. You learn something new every day. Okay. This is a good one. This is a hard one. I would rather lose all of the money I made this year than lose all of the memories I've gained this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't make barely any money. I made like
Like,
50
like,
bucks this year.
like, theoretically, like, say, let's just put a cap, right? We've all made 70,000 this year.
All
hmm
right.
Would you rather lose the 70K or would you rather lose all of the memories?
70K because it's the memories that keep you going. You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, when that money's gone, what are you gonna have?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the memories that you keep.
Your memories are everything in life. And that's another lesson that Uncle Mag can teach the youngins. Money
Uncle
don't
Matt,
mean shit.
yeah,
As long as you got enough money to pay your bills, you good.
hell
And
yeah.
after that, you really don't need a whole lot. It's nice to have, luxury items. It's nice to have, $100,000 in your bank account. It's nice. But having good quality friends and making memories and having a good life is more important than the money in your bank.
Facts. I agree. That's a good one, Uncle Mag.
Yes,
We should
Uncle
always
Mag,
Here,
they
have
bro,
say in
just say
unison.
that.
we should always have an Uncle Mag session in these podcasts.
Uncle Mag got a lot of wisdom.
All right. Good looking people always have worse personality.
Um,
I know a lot of ugly bitches with terrible personalities, and I know a lot of bad bitches with great personalities.
honestly, man,
My whole thing is looks don't mean shit. Anybody who
yeah,
knows me knows I don't believe in looks. Like if you're looking for a partner based off of looks, then
you
that's
already
just
shot yourself in the
superficial and
foot.
stupid to me.
Yeah,
And
that
I
should show
mean,
something about you.
at the end of the day, yes, obviously you want to have your partner be, attractive to you. You don't want to be looking at, just a disgustingly ugly person, at least within your eyes. But at the end of the day, looks don't mean anything at all in a relationship. It's all about personality. Because I tell you one thing, I could be looking at a 10 out of 10 baddie, but if she's acting all, this and that, she turns to a 2. And you can make a fucking 2 turn into a 10 with the right personality.
Yep,
It's all about personality. Looks mean nothing in relationships.
facts. I agree. I definitely agree with that.
Men
All
who
right.
look for looks in relationships is the same as women who look for money. It's both just surface level, stupid, and you're never gonna find what you're looking for.
Amen.
Amen. All right. Liking someone's thirst trap on Instagram is a form of cheating.
Um,
I feel like if it's somebody you know personally, then maybe. But if it's like a random fucking Instagram model, nah.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like if it's somebody that like you can text and talk to and meet up with, yeah.
Right.
But if
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
celebrity, like a wrestler or something, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Because like you're not you you're not gonna get with them. You're not gonna want to get with them. But I mean,
Yeah,
like,
like ain't nobody in this podcast fucking Rhea Ripley.
That's what I was about to say. Because if it was a form of cheating, she should have done left me. Because you know how many pictures and videos that I like of Rhea Ripley?
Yep. I feel you.
I can't blame you though, man. Shit.
If I knew it wouldn't be weird, that would be my home screen.
Yeah.
But okay, let's move on to this one as Stan's trying to make an appearance back there. Ghost or real?
Um. Fun fact, people. We were actually going to talk about that. Well, I don't know if it was either ghosts or aliens. The second episode of the podcast. This was going to be a discussion, but we'll probably have another time. But about ghosts being real, I can't say for me, since I think you two will probably disagree with me. I can't say that I'm really into believing supernatural stuff that much. We're not gonna go into religion or anything like that, but
Yeah, stay away from
I, for me, it's just I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist because according to my girlfriend, men are like less likely to be involved in sort of supernatural spiritual stuff, not like not believing in God or something, but like witnessing stuff that happens like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've never encountered anything like that. I can't say for sure that it doesn't exist, but I mean, it's not something I look for, or like I'm pretty sure there's evidence out there that shows that it exists, and there's people who actually go ghost hunting, which that's entertaining to watch. But personally, I'm probably just gonna say no. But again, I'm not gonna say that flat out like hardcore. No, it doesn't exist. You're stupid for believing.
So,
If it is,
Yeah.
then I'm wrong. But I just don't believe
so
it.
I feel like this topic needs to be its own podcast in general because I feel like we could talk about this for like hours, especially like with stories like how last night me, Mag, and Hunter and her we all sat around the table and we were telling like stories we had and dreams, and I feel like that's a pod on its own
Mm-hmm.
because we could probably have a 2 hour pod just with that. So
Yeah, we sat there on that question for like
a
it
while.
was about 2 hours, maybe even 3.
So what I'm gonna say is yes and no. I still want it to be proven to me, but I have stories. But I think I'm gonna wait till we do that exact podcast. But just to get you guys hyped up and ready for that exact podcast, I'm yes and no, and I'm gonna explain yes and I'm gonna explain no once we dig deep into it. But the most that I can say to kind of like soft shell it without going for a very long, I've had experiences, but I feel like it could definitely be debunked on what I had. But also in another situation, I get goosebumps thinking about it. Like Mag seen firsthand when I was talking about I had goosebumps insane last night. So I really do feel like this is this podcast. I really don't want to open, but I figured I wanted to bring it up to where we can like talk about that we will eventually do a pod like that. But I really wanted to see everybody's base answer just so we can kind of go off of once we really do that pod. So I'm in the middle. I'm a yes and I'm a no. So I'm gonna give the floor to you, Mag.
Okay. So personally, I'm not so sure how I feel about ghosts in particular and like the the kind of stereotypical, ooh, I'm a ghost
Yeah.
type fucking shit. But I'm a very spiritual person. I believe kind of in like spirits, and I believe in energy and frequencies and all that type of stuff. And I believe that like how we was talking about last night, a house can bear negative energy.
Yeah.
And I think that the thing about ghosts and stuff, more often than not, when you're hearing stories about people who have had experiences with ghosts or spirits or entities, and it's not to like discount their experiences or anything, but more often than not, these people that are saying this are diagnosed with either like schizophrenia or some form of, something along those lines, stuff that kind of makes you hallucinate or takes you out your body, because the human mind is an extremely powerful thing. If your brain wants to convince you of something, it will convince you of something. And I know that firsthand because I have panic attacks. And these panic attacks can sometimes create the delusion that you're dying or that something is happening, some sort of, health event is happening. And so my point with saying all that is your brain can convince you of things that are not there. It can convince you of hearing things. It can convince you of seeing things. It can convince you of feeling things. And so the mind is such a powerful tool that I feel like a lot of the paranormal experience that we have seen of like evidence of can be drawn or like concluded to be basically some form of hallucination.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's like I I really don't want to open this up, but so like it's just like with me, like I do feel like it could definitely be deep, but I guess it, like you said, it kind of goes off the person's experience of like who's saying it, because like you said, if they have that idea of like the hallucinations and stuff, then yeah, of course you're gonna see things. But like somebody like me, right? I know like I don't like to self-diagnose myself, so but I know that I would like to think I don't have anything along the, and then like having some of the experiences I do like I did have back in the day is kind of like it's hard to explain it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's it's a rough situation to talk about because it also depends on too. Like if you're really like you say, if you're a really spiritual person, you may believe in like you said the spirits. But if you're not a very religious person, you could believe like, oh, it's genuine ghosts. Or if you're very skeptical about everything, then it's kind of like, oh, that's just things that happen in life. That's just not, that's something that can be debunked or like you said, be
Right.
drawn. So it kind of realistically depends on the person, but like it's good that we all have different like ideas and look at it in a different way because we can have a good conversation from all different point of views to why we feel that way. And like everybody can be like, oh, well, this is happening because of this, and then we may find a connection, stuff like that. But I do agree with what you said about the hallucination things. Like some people, God, I can feel the freaking stuff. But some people, they do lie about it mostly to like in a
Yeah.
sense fit in like somebody that's like talking about like an actual experience they did have, and somebody could be like, oh well, I had this experience and then like start making it up. That's why it's like hard for me, or like I don't like to talk about my experiences because I feel like people may be like, this dude is talking out his ass. So it's kind of
Capping
like,
type shit.
yeah, so I don't know how I like, it's just rough talking about that kind of things with people that want to fit in and be like, well, I'm going to tell you a story because I feel like I need to be on the same wavelength as you, kind
Hmm.
of deal.
Yeah.
But once we get to that podcast, I feel like that's gonna be a really, really good podcast to have. I really do. So, gender reveal parties are dumb.
Um, no, I don't think they're dumb. I mean, there's worse things that fucking people could do. I mean, you know, finding out the sex of your child is fucking. I guess it. I mean, me personally, I don't really plan on having children, but I could imagine that being very exciting. Now, if you're the type of person who gets fucking like, if you like have a boy and you wanted a
Yeah,
girl or vice versa, like you don't need to be having fucking children. Like,
Right.
yeah.
just don't have children.
Just be happy that you did
Adopt,
have it.
adopt.
Some people in life cannot have
Yeah,
kids. So the fact that
Exactly.
you're upset if you had something pisses everybody off.
It's just ungratefulness and being out of touch and all that.
Yeah. Who in here has watched Twilight?
No.
not I.
No?
Nope.
I'm just gonna ask this for everybody listening. If you watch, it says Jacob deserved to end up with Bella. So Werewolf Boy deserved to end up with Bella. I
There you
don't
go,
think so.
guys.
I don't think so. If you want my opinion,
Leave
watched
your
every
answers
Twilight.
down in the comments.
And
Mm-hmm.
I watched every Twilight, and I don't feel like Jacob deserved to end up with Bella. Mostly because I feel like Jacob's kind of a pedo aisle. I don't want to say the word, but he marked on Bella's child. But I get why he did it. He saved the kid. But still, I feel like Edward deserved that because they did love each other a lot. Jacob was just a freaking he was trying to hound Bella to be with Bella for some reason. He's a weirdo. But yeah, everybody leave your comments down below, and if you want to talk about Twilight, I'll be in the comment section myself. So to go off of that, since you guys don't know good TV, the music I listen to affects my mood.
Um,
To an extent.
yeah, I would say to an extent. Like, if I'm like feeling down and I listen to sad music, it's obviously gonna make me feel more sad. But like it's weird.
Feel like if I'm upset in some way and I go listen to music, more likely than not, I'm gonna end up not upset because music makes me feel good. But if I'm like happy and I go listen to shitty music or like sad music, I'm not gonna get sad from happy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
I
that
agree.
makes sense.
So it goes like one way street type of thing.
Yeah,
If I'm upset, it's gonna help me feel better. But if I'm feeling good, it's not gonna make me feel worse.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because I'm the same way. Like, if, but like with me, it's like I get pumped with listening to rock and metal music, and I get really chilled out when I listen to country music. Like, country music does something to my brain that it
It
makes me
soothes the
feel good.
soul.
I will
Yeah, it makes
say
me.
for music, when it comes to music, for me, if it's like a real like if it's tugging at my emotions, music is more of an emotional drawer. Like it draws out emotions rather than like, make me, if I listen to sad music, I'm just sad or
Yeah.
happy music, I'm happy. It'll draw whatever emotion it needs to draw. That kind of sounded like it didn't make any sense at all, but
No, it makes sense.
if you
Yeah.
know, you know.
Yeah.
Um, can we get a time check?
We are at 48 minutes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that card that I said we're gonna have a good talk with.
Okay.
So, because I mean, I'm sure we can probably fill out the rest of this pod with this talk.
Yeah. We had a good time already.
I would rather go on vacation to the mountains or the beach.
The mountains. I
Mountains.
think we already talked about this, but yeah, the mountains.
Definitely the
Did we?
mountains.
I think so.
And I could have sworn we never talked about that.
Maybe not, but I feel like I remember it.
I don't know about on the podcast, but well, no, I
Oh,
think whenever
yeah.
we had that Q&A, the
Yeah.
first Q&A, I think we did.
Okay,
But
okay.
either
I'm gonna
way.
find another one quick.
Either way, we all some mountain motherfuckers. Cause yeah, I remember because I said the people in the podcast got to think. We all come from Louisiana. We all come from places that don't have mountains, and beaches ain't nothing but a place to go get hot and get your ass cracked full of sand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you single, go scope out the bitches, I guess. But I mean, I'd rather go to the mountains any day of the week.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather go because me and her for I think it was just a random trip we took to Tennessee. Shout out
Mhm.
Tennessee. Um, we stayed in the mountains, and that was probably my all-time favorite vacation I've ever. Like, it's just away from everything. I didn't have no phone service, so we both turned our phones off, and we actually just enjoyed each other's company. They had a hot tub. We sat in the hot tub until like 3 in the morning on the porch together, just relaxing. And I think that was probably my favorite ever vacation I've ever took in my life.
Guess what's up?
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, we
No
went.
phone, nobody calling you, nobody messing with
Exactly.
you,
Me and
no
my
TikTok.
girlfriend.
Pure
No,
vibes.
We went to Gatlinburg, which Gatlinburg is more like a tourist attraction city thing. So we did go to the city, but we also did go drive into the mountains and different trails, and it was really it's a beautiful place. If you have never been to Gatlinburg, you need to go.
yeah,
It's
that's
fucking
where we went.
awesome.
That's where we went.
I want to go to Oregon.
Yes, absolutely. Or
It
Washington State.
is on my bucket list. All of Cascadia in general.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, Washington, Yukon, Alaska,
North
all of that.
North North Carol not Carolina, North California. North California, the pretty
Yeah,
parts.
Pacific Northwest in general.
Yep.
I found another one I think would be funny to end it with. Um, okay, a grizzly bear would win in a fight against a gorilla.
This one.
So what we thinking about a
I think a
grizzly bear?
gorilla will whoop his ass, to be honest. I mean, it's all about who gets the first lick at the end of it, because they both strong as shit.
And
But
that's it's hard for me to like vibe off of who would win because I know like a grizzly bear if they stand up on their 2 feet, they're tall as hell.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
I
that's
mean,
what
grizzly bear's
like
got the claws. So if he gets a good, claw at the gorilla's going down. But if this grizzly bear is, coming at him and the gorilla get a good, get him,
Well, also gorillas have a way stronger bite force than bears, too.
Yeah.
So I think it's like 1,000 for a grizzly, and it's about like 1,000 to 3,000 for a gorilla, which I mean, honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't know. That's a question for Joe
but like
Rogan.
in another
Mhm.
sense though, like don't gorillas have
Yeah, I
because they're like a
mean,
form of monkey, right?
Yeah,
I just
they
feel like gorillas would be a better fighter. But like I said, for me, it's all about who gets the first lick.
Can we get like a average weight of a gorilla and an average weight of a grizzly
Yeah,
bear?
actually I just looked it up. So a silverback gorilla, 500 pounds, 5'11". The bite force is about 1,300. Strength about 4,400 pounds. Grizzly bear
Dude,
is about
5'11"?
a a grizzly bear, 900 pounds. They say standing at 10, when they're standing, they're at like 10 feet.
Jesus,
Bite force about 1,250, and strength's about 1,100 pounds.
dude. I think a grizzly bear would take a gorilla. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
I
think
really, I really don't know. I couldn't tell you.
because oh, I get it. The gorilla's like 5'11", but like it. A grizzly bear's 900 pounds. The grizzly bear can just lay on him. I don't know. I feel like that would be an interesting fight to watch. Like I
Yeah,
wonder. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look and I'm gonna see if. Well, I don't know.
Those claws, though, those claws are really what do most damage to you when it comes to a
yeah.
grizzly bear.
Yeah,
But
but
was that the last card?
yeah, that's the last one.
Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead and wrap up the podcast. I do want to um Gavin just dropped a song. I will link that in the description. I will also link Gavin and Magnus's song they did a few weeks ago. I'm gonna link both their channels. Magnus's album that go listen to that if you have not already. I don't know what y'all doing. Um, But other than that, do we have any other parting words for our beautiful guests?
We want to
Um,
thank
yeah.
you once again for the support. If you made it to the end of the episode, you a real one. You are in the origin story of what is going to become the greatest podcast to ever grace the planet Earth. You are witnessing the birth of superstars right in front of your very eyes. And you should be thankful that you have the privilege to say that you were one of the first 100 subscribers. So thank you for being here. And always remember to keep the play alive.
Oh yeah. I agree, and I appreciate like I said, like Mag said it beautifully. We appreciate everybody that's here and that keeps coming back. And I do check our viewers will keep going up. So we're getting more and more
We've
people
been
watching us.
getting, yeah, we've been getting real consistent viewers, which we
And
hella appreciate.
and hell yeah, we really appreciate it, and we really just doing it because we enjoy talking to each other, and we enjoy putting our voices out on a platform where like anybody else can hear us or everybody can hear us. All you got to do is click a video and you can hear what we talk about. If there's any topics that you guys want us to talk about, any questions you have for us, we could do a Q&A segment next episode. Just drop it down below. We all the support and all of the comments and feedback we get, it's just gonna make the pod better. But like Mag said, it's beautiful. Keep the play alive. Oh God, I think that's the first time I've ever said that. I've ever said the name of the podcast. But keep the play alive. Drop back, throw a dime. Let's get it.